So, what inspired you to enroll in Common Good Atlanta classes?
Well, when I was at the Metro Reentry and the opportunity came upon to be taking college courses, that was like, let me try this and see how it will go. And it was different. It was a different experience versus the regular educational exposure that I had been given. So once I enrolled, I was a little hesitant, because I never had been in those type of settings before. So I say roughly probably about 45 days, maybe 3 months at the most into it, I started grasping more because a lot of the information that was being shared, I started correlating it to how I was viewing life.
Okay, and can you share some of those correlations? Like, what things did you learn in Common Good classes that you began to translate and kind of put it into your own life experiences? Like, what were those correlations that you started to uncover through
Well,
Common Good?
well, ironically, it was the exposure to Plato, the allegory of the cave. And as I started reading it, you know, and looking at the mental part of it, of how it plays very much part of being incarcerated. And I started seeing that. And when I started seeing that, I was like, hold up, this is just how incarceration is. You condition people mentally to this, and the images that you see, that's what you believe in until you start learning things differently. So I would definitely, kudos up to the Plato for the allegory cave.
Thank you for that. And Derrick, if I could ask for you to think of something, if something jogs your memory that's specific from that play or from that particular class that you took that relates to incarceration, can you think of something specific that made that light bulb moment for you?
Um, I would say of how the images, on the doors, and not just for incarcerated, but on the doors, you always see things that say exit, and there's people that's behind you allowing you to see certain images. And as you're seeing these images, you believe in that these images what they are until you actually turn around and start looking for yourself as an individual versus just believing what has been told to you or shown to you.
Thank you. And I know I'm going off script here. I just wanted to see if you could recall something. That's good. Um, are there any particular instructors, readings, or assignments that resonated with you, and why?
Wow. I would say it, the whole common good staff, period. Dr. Yao, Dr. Neef, Mr. Pentagram, um, via Taft, everybody that I came in contact with, it was like, who is these guys? Is these people for real? You know, and what made all of them genuine to me is because of their education and their sincereness of coming into that environment, trying to enlighten or expand guys' mental capacity to be able to believe in themselves and believe in a better world.
Thank you. That was great. Okay, how I think you kind of already, well, no, you didn't answer this necessarily. So, how has your experience with Common Good Atlanta influenced the way you communicate and engage with others, including fellow students, family, and your broader community?
Well, it helped me because Common Good was basically for me was a stepping stone. Because as I went through Common Good, I wanted to be able to learn more. So more opportunities after that and during that time became available for me to also to participate in Ashland University. So I wanted to be able to continue that education, because I strongly believe that the more education that you have, the more better equipped that you are. And again, I pivot everything back to common good for allowing me to take that experience and to be able to open doors that will further my education.
Thank you. That's great. How has your Oh, we'll skip that one. What's been your most exciting or meaningful Common Good Atlanta related experience either this year or in the past? It could be an event you attended, a personal achievement, a moment you applied to participate in something. There may not be a whole lot of experiences, but is there something that has happened recently with Common Good Atlanta that you are excited about?
Well, I have a twofold. The first experience is when I first graduated through the ceremony of Common Good. And to be able to see the families, being able to see the people that was actually behind it, and see that this wasn't just a typical program. Was something that was actually a community that was built for the people. The second one was when I attended, the bowling. To being able to see everybody come out from a different setting, have fun, and enjoy itself. So basically for me, it was like a family reunion. It was like a reunion to see people that I have not seen in so long.
I agree. I think that was one of my most memorable as well. All right. This is if you could give advice to someone considering CGA classes, what would you say?
Take it. I would say take it. And not just take it just to be taking it. Take it and learn. Take it to understand that it can open doors for you. And it will open doors for you. But you as an individual have to want those doors to be open and be sincere about it. Be sincere about it. But do it.
And how do you see yourself staying connected to Common Good Atlanta in the future?
Clear communication. Staying in contact. Because too often, a lot of times out in society, we get caught up, in our daily life, being busy. But however, when that call comes out, hey, be there, clear communication, oh, I'm going to make it, and prioritize some things because sometimes we get caught up in our daily life where you have to go and take a step back to be able to be a refresher for you. And that's what it does for me.